Bum, 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 bum. All right. Let's see. Get up and running. Oh, enhance. Mirror your video. Whoa. So backwards. All right. Let's see what's going on in the world. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Everybody wants to be the king. Hope everybody is having a fucking wonderful morning. It's pretty beautiful out here. Pretty damn beautiful out here. I'm going to start spieling in a few minutes. Oh, the Braves. I can get better than that. It just seems like so much. How wide is that second Mets game going to get? Are people going to hammer the Braves there? Like Kyle right over David. People are going to hit the right over Peterson. Maybe just wait on that. I could just wait and not get. What? That's a good hand. Oh, his middle finger is so small. His middle finger's a little bigger than the other guys, huh? Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hush away. How's everybody? Mariners and Reds are your picks. You need help. Yeah, I want a half a unit on each for sure. I do need help, though. In general in life, probably. Everybody needs a little help, right? Brewers today, how are we feeling? That line's insane. That Brewers line is legitimately insane. How can Woodruff be over minus 200 at home against Mall? Or freaking anywhere, whatever, at home. How can Brandon Woodruff be minus 200 on Pluto against Tyler Mall? It doesn't even make any sense. It's literally like insane. It's just insanity. What are we doing? The Brewers don't have the offensive firepower right now to justify that price. It's nutty. There's no Cincinnati doesn't have a great bullpen to begin with, but there's no you Reds have 3 wins, man. Yeah, they're not going to have 3 wins all season. I'm sure they'll get a 4th at some point. It's such a wide line, brother. Like to say that just straight up Woodruff beats Mall freaking 7 out of 10 times? How? He's not that much of a better pitcher than him. And the lineup behind him isn't that much better than the Reds. There's just not that much wide in any category. I mean, bullpen-wise. You have like a significant edge. Nobody has I didn't see anybody when I did a bullpen run through this morning that has any bullpen issues. So everybody should be good to go with most people with the day off. Reds have 2 road wins. Hey, looks like they're better on the road than they are at home. Looks like a point. Why the Reds at this point? I mean, it's like the bias of 3-19. Nobody can sustain that losing rate in baseball. It's not physically nobody's ever lost at that rate for a full season. Reds are cheeks. I like ass cheeks. A big ass cheeks guy. It's such an insanity of a price. Like plus 200 on Tyler Mall against basically anybody, right? Tyler Mall is really good at baseball. Everybody's different. I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. I can't do plus 200 Tyler Mall. You give me plus 200 on Tyler Mall, I almost have to take it. The fact that facing a Brewers team, they've started to turn around. We pegged the turnaround. We've had a pretty good beat on the Brewers, actually. They're one of the teams we had a good beat on. Too wide. It's too wide. He's 1-3 with a 6.5 ERA on a 4-game sample by Array Sports, on a 4-game sample after a short spring training. So I wouldn't put I don't know. I don't know, man. It's wide for me. I think the Red Sox stink, but Noah Syndergaard is a favorite on the road with all the stuff he's gone through and stuff. His peripherals aren't wonderful. Let me read out what I was looking at last night. But Waka's been good. The Angels just suddenly become road favorites everywhere they go. These are just the marching Angels. I mean, on the podcast the other day, touched on it with my buddy. We went really in depth on the Angels. I really like a lot of the things they're doing. Joe Madden is putting all position players, like he's putting the perfect solution of position players every single game. Just the lineup's perfect every day. He's managing to do everything absolutely perfect. I just like they're out hitting the combination of players they have like crazy. They're like top three in every single offensive metric. Yet they have like two core guys actually hitting, like Trout and Ward. Like Noah Syndergaard's got a 2 ERA. He's striking out 5. He's averaging less than 6 Ks per 9 right now. And just nothing in play lands right now against Syndergaard. So, I mean, maybe, how is he a road favorite? It's just the Angels pricing has gone absolutely insane. Same thing with the Twins pricing. Joe Ryan's a minus 170 favorite on the road. We've lost our minds. Marlins killed me yesterday. Yeah, Zach Gallen revenge game, man. But I think the Marlins today are a very, very high percentage play. Like the Marlins lose this game so few times in my head. Castellanos isn't going to have a good day. We got the lefty against the D-backs who can't hit a lefty to save their lives. How are the Rockies not on this list today? I don't know. I like Eric Fetty. I always like Eric Fetty by Era Sports. I would lean that direction. I have no reason not to take the Rockies. I'm an Eric Fetty guy. So Rockies are good at baseball. I wanted it to be on there. I should put it on the leans list probably. Because I would rather be on that side than the Nats. But I actually like when everybody was saying early in the season the Nats aren't as bad as everyone thinks they are, and I was like, and now no one's saying it, and I'm kind of starting to buy the Nats aren't as bad as anybody thinks they are. Dustin Harris, welcome, brother. Yanks gonna win. I think I like them at that price. I want to buy. We've been saying all season I want to buy Jamison Taylor. Awesome peripherals for, season over season, just a little bit, got to put it together. He missed some time because he had cancer. He's the kind of guy that can overcome that kind of stuff. I want to buy a guy like Jamison Taylor. I think he's a really good pitcher. Our pitching rotation started to look a little bit better. Twins run line, I guess, like you just go all in on Joe Ryan, just fucking dive head first into the pool. I'm just not laying that with Joe Ryan. It's insane. Zimmerman's good, and the Twins don't hit lefties that well. Like average, slightly below average, kind of as they have been. I don't know. There's like a couple seasons, like 2 or 3 seasons ago, where they hit lefties really well. And now they've regressed into this like middle zone the last few seasons. At home with Marquez. I have no reason not to take him. Although Marquez, do you see Marquez having a really good start against the Nats? Can almost see a world where he gets hit. What does Baseball Savant think about that matchup? That's interesting to me. I don't know. The Nats started to get their bats going out in San Fran. Now they get to go to luxurious Coors Field. Yeah, they kind of are projecting Marquez to get slapped around a little bit. I can kind of see that. I don't know what it is about that matchup, but some of these contact bats. I don't know, man. I kind of see I don't know. It's tough for me. There's something a little poop in that pudding for me. What would you play up? Marlins up to like minus 200. Who gives a shit? I see it's up like right below minus 180 right now at a lot of places. Who gives a shit? I hear you. What do the markers mean? That's a pancake, that's sushi, and this is avocado that corresponds to my bio, but 2 unit, 1 unit, half a unit in that order. Fading Paddock good didn't go well. No, it didn't, huh? Yesterday was a good day, though. I think we won every other play, Ryans. I don't think anything else lost. We got the White Sox, we got the Rays, we got the Astros. So I think yesterday was pretty good. My Yankees won on top of it. It was a pretty lovely day. Twins money line. Man, everyone's all in on the Joe Ryan boat. Blue Jays going to kill the streak today. Manoah's solid. So is Jameson Taylor. Dustin Harris. So is Jameson Taylor. I just like the Rockies at home, and I think Marquez is really good. I think is getting really good. Yeah, I think Marquez is a good pitcher. I agree. But contact bats against him, I like playing more. And there are some contact bats in this lineup. I just smell something. But the Rockies are good. The Rockies are good. We've been taking tons of Rockies. Rockies, like I have in the spreadsheet in my bio with all the picks. I mean, I'm having a terrible season to start, but the Rockies were up good on the Rockies. Manoah, dog. Manoah is good. Colorado money line. Man, everybody loves the Rockies. The Rockies, I like their lineup. I had a lot of respect for them compared to a lot of people to start the season, but we're getting like some high prices on the Rockies these days. I'm kind of looking to fade them, to be honest. Manoah Day, Avs and Rocks. Good looking board. I appreciate it. I like this board. I think so too. I think it's a little cutie. Mets game 1. I'm not playing against Charlie Morton game 1. I won't be doing that. Charlie Morton plus money, dude. I'd like the Mets game 2. I like game 2 more. Kyle Wright versus David Peterson, because I'm starting to the Braves aren't. Where are they against lefties this year? Hitting 241, more limited sample than a lot of people. I don't think this Braves lineup is the same thing it was against lefties in the past, and that was always like you take Braves against lefties and they always hit lefties. I don't think it's the same, man. Under Orioles Twins, Night Train Marty Lane. Zimmerman, Joe Ryan. Do we have to pay a serious premium on that, though? Is it like a 7? Yeah, dude, it's a fucking 7. I can't do a 7 on that, man. I can't do that. Give me – ow! How are they going to hit him, though? You know what, Marty? How are they going to hit him? How are they going to hit him? I mean, what are they going to do? Most of that Baltimore lineup will be completely useless. Minnesota against Bruce Zimmerman. Bruce Zimmerman's pitching well, man. He's a dog. You want to talk about dogs? Bruce Zimmerman is a dog. I like that, Marty Lane. I like that. Hold on. Yeah, I like that. Twins money line is the lay. Everybody loves Joe Ryan. Do you stay away from parlays? Yes, baseball A. Although if you want to parlay in baseball, your book should not be taking any extra vig for parlays with MLB. In other sports, if you look, like if you just laid them straight consecutively and rolled them, they're taking 10% off a 2-team or 15 off 3, 20 off 4. With baseball, they should be, it's the same thing as I believe UFC, where they should just be giving you 1-to-1. Like NFL, they take a bunch. NBA, they should take a decent amount. But MLB, it should be exact same as if you just rolled one into the other. So if you want to do it, I just don't understand the purpose of them, personally. I see him having a really good year, period. SF was so banged up. Shit. Who are we just talking about there? My brain just completely flopped. I see him having a really good year, period. Damn it. Oh, Marquez? Damn it. I'm sorry, brother. How much do you make from bets? I can't answer questions like that. How good are the Marlins this year? I have them as a top 10 team. I'm out of my mind, Luis Moreno, I think, but I've had them top 10 since I had them top 10 preseason. I have them top 10 now. I might be out of my mind. I really like that baseball team. I think they have pitching. I think they have a good enough bullpen, and I like their bats. So there's nothing I don't like about that team. I think they're really good. Cubs money line. Smiley due for a good game. Interesting, because I was thinking the same thing, Keenan, even though the White Sox hit lefty pitching well. I was leaning the White Sox way. Leaning the Cubs way, but I can't do it just because I start to see the spunk from the White Sox. They had the 5-run ninth. Then they come in, they beat Sandoval, applied good pressure to them kind of throughout, win a nice 3-0 game there. We thought it would be a low-scoring game that the White Sox would win. That's what happened. I can't now be like I can't do anything about it. Like I'm stuck in the sand, Keenan. Like I can't play that when the White Sox have been shit, but their fielding's been terrible. Their situational hitting's been terrible. Their hitting's kind of been terrible across the board outside of Tim Anderson and what's his face Andrew Vaughn. But the one thing they've done, which they've always hung their hat on, is hit left-handed pitching. That's what at season over season over season over season the last 5 years. It's White Sox versus left-handed pitching. So it's hard for me to fade that angle. What website did you just look at? Baseball Savant probably, or Fangraphs. Those are the ones I always have open, brother. Do you make a lot for bets or not? No, I'm sitting here at 10 a.m. on a weekday because I have another job when I'm just sitting in my house. How good are the Detroit Tigers? Not very good. I was way too high on them in the beginning of the season. There's too many holes between the short lineup. The bullpen's actually been the one thing that's been really good, but between the short lineup, the thinner starting pitching, at least to start the year, it seems, unless some of these turn around a little bit more. Like Eduardo Rodriguez is going to pitch better, some things, but the short lineup and the fielding's been terrible. I think the fielding has cost the Tigers 2 or 3 games already. It's been really bad. Tough lay, but I'm interested in the over in the Tigers-Pirates game. You're the second person that's been interested in the over in the Tigers. Somebody else maybe in the comment section or something on my video today was interested in that. I don't know. I just it's the 2 lineups for me that are really tough. Right now, just the shape that these teams are in, it's really tough for me. There's going to be rain throughout the night. Probably on and off drizzling shit. Is there continuity to the game? Maybe that helps the other way. I don't know. I couldn't get to I just couldn't do it. What's the best team this year? I don't know, man. It's probably the Dodgers, to be honest. I'd love to say the Mets, but it's probably the Dodgers. I'd love to say the Brewers. It's probably the Dodgers. But they're not going to – they're the best regular season team, right? Every single season. The Dodgers would be the best regular season team. Then Dave Roberts will fuck it up. Paddock might be back, dude, is finally developing a third pitch. Well, he needs 4 million stub investment, so we're a little bit of the way there. Dude, the kid has a few pitches, but this is Major League Baseball. So it's one of the few sports that nobody gives a shit about enough to rig. You know what I mean? That's why I love baseball. It's one of the few sports you can still handicap, honestly. Like the Grizz tonight, the Warriors-Grizz game today, anybody with a brain watching the game is we'll take the Warriors. But they're just going to throw random players out like we said. We were take the Grizz because it's just on the last game, they're just going to make it happen. And that's what they're doing. They're just Draymond, leave. And everybody's what? You like Yankees today with plus money? I'd lean that way. I can't get there opposite Manoah with a Jays team that we think is starting to trend up a little bit. They're poking their head through. They're a little meerkat, a little groundhog. Is it time? We're on an unbelievable win streak. I'd love for us to continue. I would lean our way, though, at the plus 120. I think it's much closer to a 50-50 game than something with the if you're going to take the Jays, you need it to be much closer to a 65-35, 60-40. It's up in the minus 140s now. If it gets up there, it's a lot. It should be minus 130s, I guess. So you'd want to say 60-40 if you're a Jays fan today. And I don't think that's a 60-40 game in their direction. We have the better bullpen. I like Mets over Braves in first grade. Don't like Morton. Love her to Trish. You don't like Charlie Morton. You having a bad day? I was having a bad day yesterday. You having a bad day? Don't like Charlie Morton. Do you not like Captain Crunch? Do you not like a nice little pink girl's asshole? What you don't like Charlie Morton? You not like Love? Do you not like rainbows? Rodon versus Urias. I know you don't like Urias. I know. And you don't know how bad, Quijano, I wanted to find my way onto Charles Rodon. You don't know how much extra time I spent this morning trying to find my way onto Carlos Rodon. I just can't do it. I don't like Urias, but I can't do these San Fran bats against a good lefty. I don't like him because he's wildly overvalued in the market all the time. Rodon plus 125 and above is stupid. But it's not stupid. It's because of how the Giants lineup is going to interact with Urias. But yeah, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not betting against Rodon all year, but SF is banged up. Yep. And the lineup on top of it against lefties isn't anything to write home about to begin with. There's just problems and big-ass bullpen edge behind Urias. Right? The San Fran bullpen, I mean, I can't do what's-his-face as a closer. That's got to change if they're going to if they're going to get to where we want them to go. It's kind of similar. So that's a bugaboo for San Fran and the Mets, right? You don't want that young kid or Edwin Diaz closing a big game. So that's what kind of holds me back from my Mets being the best team in baseball argument. It's probably like the back of the bullpen. Might need to figure out who is really pitching in first game. MLB site says diff than the books. What? Really? It's Charlie opposite somebody? I think Patty McChicken will get better as the season goes on and the weather gets warmer. Patty. I fucking love that nickname. It's the best ever. Do you ever play First Five? Curious? I don't personally that much. I don't play. I'm like across all sports. I'm like very much like I'll lay futures when I'm super confident. I'm like very much a money line. I do some overs. My favorite problem is who's going to win. So that's the one I've always handy. I think like, I don't know. I'm a very like whatever thinker. It's hard for me. I'm like a horse with the blinders on a lot of the times in life. You lean Braves game 1, then I usually don't like betting double headers, but you because like I handicap multiple sports. If I only handicapped 1 or 2 sports, it would be a lot easier. And if I wasn't in love with MMA, it would be a lot easier. I usually don't like. I used to a lot more. I used to bet a lot of variations of stuff, a lot more props. I usually don't like betting double headers, but can see them hitting. It's interesting because so it used to be like that double headers split at like a 50, it was like high 50% clip, but that's been retreating back towards like more of like they've split at whatever 50% of the time. I used to like taking the doubleheader split angle a lot when I liked the other side in the second one. But what's the first 5 total? Oh shit, man. Sorry, we're so far behind. I don't have the Carrasco opposite. Carrasco actually, he got lit up in his last start, though, didn't he? He pitched well in his first 2 and got lit up in his last one. I can see the Mets just scooping it. I mean, I don't know. I don't want much Braves. Every time I take the Braves, they disappoint me. And I'm like, yeah, they all hate each other. Bucks or Grizz, I think those are the 2 plays as well. Kyle Busch is a douchebag. I think those are the 2 sides for sure. Why did I say the douchebag part? I like just calling you Kyle Busch. Zimmerman is a stud. He is a stud. Braves game 2, money line, can't do it personally. Zimmerman, I'd rather be on the other side. I would rather be on Peterson. I think he's actually going to pitch well against the Braves today. I don't think they hit lefties like they used to. I don't care if they're 11th, whatever. It's like 241 or whatever right now. It doesn't mean anything. Their stats right now. Zimmerman has been under the radar very good this year. He has like a sub-1 ERA, and dude, Zimmerman is a gamer, Carson. A gamer. Chell God dad? No, I don't think I'm your dad. Although I am 32, and I could technically, if you're under 17, I could be your dad. There's a possibility. What's your mom's name? I like Mets first 5 in game 1 and Braves money line in game 2. Oh shit! I just drew all over this table. Mashed this thing. Yeah, stop. I don't know. I don't like Braves money line in game 2. Mets first 5 in game 1. Why does nobody like Charlie Morton? Have you guys not seen who Charlie Morton is? I made an unbelievable amount of money on Charlie Morton winning me a World Series last year. Who is going for the Braves in game 2 today? Kyle Wright, who's been pretty good early, but this Mets lineup, a little bit of a different animal for old Kyle today. Your Marlins pick yesterday ruined my 6-teamer. What Marlins pick are you talking about? I didn't give out the Marlins. It wasn't on the board. I said if you put a gun to my head, I'd lean the Marlins, but I thought Zach Allen was going to have a good day, and I pushed a lot of resistance versus everybody screaming Marlins in the chat yesterday. What are you talking about? Cubs rain out, Detroit rain out. Yeah, it could be. It's going to be. Yeah, I could see that. Detroit White Sox smacks lefty scary. Yep. Here after I swore the Marlins would play. I say, yeah, see, I tried that, but I tried to push. And also, like, it's what it is. It's what it is. It's one start. That's why baseball is the best thing to bet on because you have so many damn games. I'm a Cubs fan. I don't see them scoring more than 3 off Kopech. That would be the good counter to the Smiley having a good game argument too, is that I agree with you. Kopech has outperformed all of my expectations this year, and I have no reason to think he's going to stop. We are so far behind. There are so many new messages. No hockey picks, really sorry. I might just have to start. You might have to retype, and we'll have to go halfway through because this is really tough. Kyle Wright has been good this year, but I think it's a different animal. I'm just going to start here. I'm sorry. Like Reds today, I do. I think that price is absolutely out of its mind. Where I can't do it. I'm taking that pure respect for Tyler Mahle. Pure respect for Tyler Mahle. Why are the Reds winning? It's not a game of they're winning. It's a game of there's tons of value on Tyler Mahle, and you just have to take it, because if you take this bet 100 times out of 100, you're up a bunch of money. And you know that because if you've ever watched Tyler Mahle pitch in your life. If you've ever watched Tyler Mahle, that's literally all you need to know in that matchup for me. Tyler Mahle, I've seen him pitch in my life, and he's plus 200 against a Brewers team that it doesn't have they're not some hitting machine. They're not some home run machine. Who are your picks today? Phillies, Dodgers, under Angels, Cubs, under Angels. Can see that. Yes. That goes along with what Mark asked about diagnosing Waka. Hold on. First of all, Michael Waka is using his veteranship facing a lot of new hitters this year. First of all, Phillies, Dodgers, under Angels, Cubs. I can't say anything about Dodgers. I like the Phillies. Under Angels. I don't know. Let's look at Michael Waka's fan graphs together really, really quick. I watched him pitch his last start and thought he was really good, but I have not looked into his fan graphs. I should look at that a little deeper. Indians get through May around 500. They can compete as that pitching staff is good. I agree. I think Terry Francona keeps them right, and they finish 8 games under 500 or something. But Terry Francona and the pitching keeps them whatever. But when the pitching, because the pitching hasn't been very good so far with the Indians, but as the pitching gets better, I think the bats will continue to get worse. It's hard, and their bullpen is shite. That Indians bullpen is garbage. Klaus doesn't have near enough command or control to be a closer. Right now, it's hard to even tell what a team offers in the current state of baseball. Why? Because of the dead ball. Yeah, it's all. I mean, I tried. The Marlins are its way. You don't know if it's the worst play. You saw it happen one time out of one time. If you could see it happen 10 times out of 10, you could be really, really confident it was the worst play. That's why you just don't put too much on any bet you ever make in your life unless you have insider information. Are we taking the Mets at 3 today? If you want, I don't really have I don't even know who's pitching. If it's Morton Carrasco, I mean, I don't want Cookie at that price, but I don't really want the Braves ever anymore. They literally hate each other. Any pitcher can have a bad start. With speaking to Pablo, by the way, Lopez. I don't want the Braves. You can see every time I bet on the Braves, they literally hate each other. I don't know why my computer's not loading for some reason. I'm trying to bring up Michael Waka's fan graphs, but they literally hate each other. It's so readily apparent how much they hate each other. Gamblers plus 4.5 USFL Sunday. We're getting to USFL this week. I started last night, Lover to Trish. I'll continue it today. We're going to talk player prop NBA, please. Anybody, we can talk about player props in the NBA. Dude, Ja is so bad. Anybody but Ja, unless you're taking Ja assists or something. The Bucks, I don't know, anything Giannis related. Is there Giannis blocks to just shove his dick down fucking Tatum's throat? Why Reds? Because the pricing is so far off. So take Yankee run line. I don't know. That's not the worst idea I've ever heard in my life. Dirk Dingler, what is it? What's the price? It is minus 190. No. What that? No. Minus 190. Or minus 180, anything up there. I don't fuck with run lines that much, but that seems fucking insane. That seems crazy. No. Because then we're implying that it happens like 60% of the time that run car. It's like it doesn't. Yeah, that's not for us. Blue Jays -1.5. Book it. Hey, if you don't like tailing that much, there's an argument for the Blue Jays. I definitely understand. Mets game 1. Everybody wants to bet on this damn game. Ow! What would I do? No, not for me personally. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's not for me. How bad has Charlie Morton been? Everybody's ripping on Charlie Morton. How bad has he been? My computer is literally like retarded right now. Sorry, people there on YouTube. I need to look on this one. Charlie Morton. Do you like the over on the Rockies game? Yeah, I think what's his face is going to get hit for sure. So yes, if that part of the equation is solved, I think the Rockies can solve the other side. So yeah, I do like the Rockies over because I think I have my lean on that is Marquez is going to get hit. That's the thing I'm most confident in that game. So Charlie's been pretty awesome against the people in this lineup, albeit very limited plate appearances outside of Lindor. Let's see really quick. Sorry when I'm tilting it. I just need to see his last starts really quick. Holy shit, he's been bad, huh? Oh, don't let the wheels fall off the Charlie train. That would make me so damn depressed, dude. The wheels fall off the Charlie train. I'm messing this up today. Yeah, if the wheels fall off the Charlie train, I'll get really sad. Urias is my guy. He's so overvalued in the market. It's insane. What's the bets for today? Jeff Gordon, this is what I have. I think Flexen can have some success going to Minute Maid today. And I think Christian Javier is so overrated in the market. I don't think he's a good pitcher actually at all. I think anytime you have to ask for more than knitting out of Christian Javier, you're asking for too much. Reds game under? Yeah, I can see that. Probably plays into the win condition for the Reds. Can you run through your picks today? Yeah, I think the Marlins win at an unbelievably high clip. We have Rogers, the lefty, versus a D-back. D-backs have been playing a little bit better, but their lineup still sucks on something. I think the Marlins just win. I think the Marlins are a top 10 team. These are the kind of wins they have to collect. The Phillies were backing Suarez. The Phillies lineup starting to come around. I've been basically ruthlessly buying Ranger Suarez stock. The Athletics behind Blackbird's been nails. And on the other side, you're going to get, whatever, a couple innings out of Yarbrough. Oakland doesn't hit lefties especially well. I was back and forth because I was going to put a half a unit on the A's. The Rays aren't good, and Blackburn's going to mow through this lineup. So this is a game the Rays score like max 3 runs in. Do I think off of Yarbrough and Co. and a bullpen that I don't think is as good? I think the Rays are like a middling team. I honestly think the Rays, it's a crazy take. It might be a crazy take. They still have one of the best coaches in baseball. When I look at that team, I'm like, you're a middling fucking baseball team. A middling team versus a good pitcher. I don't think the Rays have that much of a bullpen edge. They have a decent lineup edge, but their lineup sucks too. I think everything about the freaking Rays stinks. I think they might stink. If they were a good team, they'd come in and just kick the crap out of Oakland. They're not a good team. They're just not. Oh, Fangraphs is down. That's the problem. The Mariners, I think the price is too. I just touched on that one. Christian Javier at -150 at home is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I should probably have more on that, to be completely honest. That should just turn into a sushi because that's so stupid. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Give me this damn thing. That literally, like, the more I think about that, that makes no sense. The Reds suck, but that makes no sense price-wise. Dude, Tyler Mahle is a good pitcher. He is a good pitcher. So that's where I get to it. That was like the short end of it. There's really no bullpen implications across the league today. I couldn't find anybody. So, Mark, we'll have to get back to Waka. For a full diagnosis, I need to look at some stats, and everything's down. Yeah, that would be why. If you have any specific questions about it, there's absolutely no bullpen implications, though. I don't think anybody is really missing, like, anybody. I think Cardinals are super sneaky today. Dakota has been dealing lately. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. I don't really trust Dakota Hudson at all, actually. Like, I know he's not what people think he is, but today, the thing is, I think Keller's been awesome. Did you watch Keller's last outing? We took him against the White Sox, and he won as like a decent-sized road dog. Keller's been nails. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I'd probably lean in your direction, but I'm a little bit worried about that one. And I think the Cardinals are way overrated and stink as well. Undefeated systems like Fathers, Jays, Halos today. The Dads, Clevenger against his old team. I don't hate that. The Jays, I think there's a little bit of value on the Yanks. I really like Jameson Taylor. And the Halos. Yeah, I'm not going to do a Noah Syndergaard at this price on the road when he's he's got Noah Syndergaard is striking out less than 6 guys per, like, there's just so many balls in play. The Angels fielding has been decent, though. We ran through that on the rundown the other day. They've been like top half of the league. I don't know, man. I guess you're really banking on some Walker regression or something. Like really something at Walker. I wish we could look at him right now. Fangraphs being down is pretty annoying at the moment, huh? Yeah, David Peterson. Yeah, I think David Peterson's going to pitch good today. Is the 2 units for the juice or because you like the Marlins the most? Well, I think there's the most edge. It has nothing to do with juice. How much you put on a bet should not have anything to do with what the line is. It should have to do with your edge. Yeah, what the line is has zero. I don't care if it's minus 600 and your unit's $20. If your edge says like I have 1 unit worth of edge, then you're laying $20. I don't care what the price is. That has nothing to do with it. When are people to learn to stop fading the D-backs? I don't know. I mean, I'm doing it. I don't know. We've been pretty good on the D-backs, actually. It's just like a few teams that have really been evading us. The White Sox have cost us a lot this year so far. Cardinals are a team that's evading us too. I think I have unnecessary bias towards the Cardinals, like against them. Cardinals game looks too easy today. Scary. Does it look too easy? Did you watch Brad Keller's last start? Brad Keller was special last start out. And Brad Keller's a really good pitcher. He's much more consistent. Like Dakota Hudson in this matchup has much higher ceiling, but Brad Keller is going to be much more consistent throughout. Tigers over Pirates. I can see it. I don't know necessarily what I'm going to get out of Pineda. I imagine this is going to be a lower scoring, like 3-1 game in either direction, as weird as it is, with like some rain stops and just a weird game where both offenses struggle. I don't know. I like the Tigers a lot preseason. Their lineup is short, though. It's just too short. What do the green dots mean? They're avocados. That's a half a unit. I'm just not sure on that on a side on the Tigers game. First 5 for fading terrible pens. I can see that, or yeah, I guess so. Athletics money line. Yep, I'm on them. I like Blackburn today. I think he's going to cruise through the Tampa Bay lineup. I think Blackburn will cruise through them. D-backs winning again. I don't see it. I don't see that at all, actually. I think Rodgers is going to just mow through those bats, and I think like all the best bats are lefties. He's just going to mow through them. I don't see that at all. I'm very confident in the Marlins today. Why the Reds? Just tons of value, yes sir, boy. Watch Tyler Mahle today. Watch him pitch, and then you'll be like, yeah, this is either way. This was a good bet. He's a really good pitcher. Nats averaging 6 runs scored away. That's insane. That's just like that makes literally no sense whatsoever. There's no statistic. Like I can't think of anything unless they're playing at Coors Field every day, and I don't think they're playing at Coors Field every day. So that's insane. That'll regress. But today, I don't know. I think they're going to hit Marquez. I like the contact bats versus Marquez. I like how their bats are. Shorter swings, compact bats. I like that. Max bet Angels today, not for me. I'm not max betting Noah Syndergaard, not for me. I really hope Noah Syndergaard, I'm rooting for him, and I hope he continues to do well, but that's not for me at all. Everyone's curious on the Reds pick. It's just value, man. That's why it's come down. I put it on the video I put out like 5 or 6 hours ago that like to keep your eyes on the Reds. That's why it's come down like 20 cents because it's just still ridiculous. And it's going to come down more. It'll be like it'll be plus 185, plus 190, something like that by tip because it's an insane price. And people just have to understand, like, how can Tyler Mahle lose like literally 7 or 8 times out of 10 versus Brandon Woodruff? It's just physically impossible with how good a pitcher he is. So it's like maybe that's not one of the, if this is closer to a 60, 40, 50, 50, maybe it's going to be one of the 5 or 6 times it doesn't happen. But it's just, it's just you're buying prices more than you're buying anything else. So, like, I think the Marlins win the game an unbelievably high percentage of the time. Like, I'll give them the 8 out of 10, and I'll be like, I truly believe 8 out of 10 here, and I'll be wrong if it's one of the two. Or if it looks different, whatever. I think the Phillies behind Suarez and how he's pitching, unbelievably high percentage of the time right now. I don't think the Rangers are as good against left-handed pitching. That was one of my theses. Hasn't panned out as well. What do I do? Like, even against Framber the other day, where I was like, they're going to hit him. They managed a couple runs. It didn't look great. I don't know. Mets, Dodgers. Which Mets? Dodgers, Brewers. Dodgers, I can get behind out of that. A's, I'm on. Yeah. Oh, damn, I'm so far behind. Sorry. Why Orioles lean? Because the price is just out of control. Joe Ryan hasn't won a Cy Young. that's I don't know, man. I really like baseball. I really like betting on baseball. NBA playoffs wise, though, I think the refs are going to the refs are going to pull some crazy things out of their ass to try and help the Grizz win today. You are going to see backflips being done to try and help the Grizz win today. I can almost probably say similarly about the Celtics, but I think the Bucks are just too seasoned. They're too seasoned. The Warriors are seasoned, but they're playing shitty basketball. I'm sorry, but I think the Warriors are going to win a championship with shitty basketball. That's how bad the NBA is as a whole. If you compare to like just the quality of basketball, not the talent, but the quality of basketball to like college basketball. Like, if they had the same talent and you had college teams and the way they were coached played pro teams, they'd kick the living shit out of them. Like, you can't play zones anymore, or the presses, those kind of teams. Anybody who plays normal defense, good man-to-man defense, I think will just beat the living shit out of an NBA team because they play such poor basketball. It's just step back three after step back three. So how are you so pumped to be watching NBA playoffs? You love the step back threes that much? Even NBA playoffs, I mean, they get to the rack more, but they're not just like flying at the rim. I don't trust Reds. You don't have to at this price. You just throw a half a unit on it and know you're making the right play. God damn, this chat's out of control. Why not Ja? Because Ja stinks. Ja going for 30 plus and 8+ boards and assists. If Ja scores 30 points on less than fucking 60 shots, I will. That would be wild. I mean, it would just be crazy. Any strikeout player props? Strikeout player props, if you want to do one, how low is the one on Kopech because of how little he pitches? Can you get one on Kopech? Can you get one on Blackburn? Can you get one on taking the under on one? Javier will not strike out anybody. He might strike out 1 or 2 people. I would take it on Talon. I would take it on Mahle. Maybe Trevor Rogers. Those are the ones I'd look at. Can you do total points over under for each game? For each game on the board? Jay, we'll be here forever. What are the symbols next to the plate means? It's in my bio, but pancakes are 2. The sushi is 1, and they're magnets. I got magnets, yo, and this is an avocado. Charlie is gassed. Yeah, Charlie might be. He looks pretty. Well, I'll have to flip that on a little bit because he's starting to. It's a really bad box score for him to not have turned it around in 4 starts. He's such a vet. You would have thought somebody would be poking up, and instead he last 2 innings his last start. So. What is the back end? It's just the Reds are purely price, guys. Purely price. He's a very, very, very good pitcher, Tyler Mahle. I know he is. Everybody knows he is. That's why people are buying the Reds right now. Oh, shit. Okay, this thing's dying. My phone is dying. I'm going to have to figure that out because we're going to die. Most confident bet today is the Marlins for me. Dodgers, I can see. I wanted to be on the Giants so bad. I don't think there's any value on the Dodgers, but I think you're just going to win. I don't think there's any value there at all. Just going to win. I'm going to the Yanks. Blue Jays game, need a bet. I would go with the Yanks if I had to. I root for a bunch of strikeouts, maybe, something like that. But I think you're going to see a pretty damn good pitching matchup, man. I mean, Manoah, Talon, how much better does it get than that? Although we can hit Manoah. Our bats are clicking. We can hit Manoah. I would just take the Yankees if I had to do it. Astros the best. I don't even think they're a top 10 team. What are the locks of the day? There's no such thing. Red and green buttons. It's sushi. Those are pieces of sushi. I just went through that. It's in my bio, though, if anybody wants to know the unit system. But I would just use it as like a, it's just like I would just use the information. Walker is an under machine this year. Yeah, he's pitching freaking lights out. I can see the Red Sox lineup with their experience getting to Syndergaard today. I can see that. I don't think you can strike out as few people as Syndergaard is and maintain a sub-3 ERA in today's baseball. I just don't really see that. I mean, I guess dead ball helps you, but he's not getting unbelievably weak contact. He's only getting like less than, I think when I glanced at it, was like less than 25% weak contact. So there's something's got to give at some point. Does the green next to the Reds mean you like it the most? No, that's a half a unit, brother. Need a Braves pick. Not going to be giving out the Braves in a long time. I've only leaned the Braves. I don't think even last night, I was like, I want to be on the Braves so bad, but I need like a plus 120 out of Max Fried. When you're saying that in your head, you really don't like a team because Max Fried's damn good. They ended up winning, I believe, anyways, but I was really hoping they were going to give us a wider price there. Blue Jays and Twins hammer. No for me. Syndergaard still has like a sub 2.3 ERA. I know. It's insane. Something's got to give. That means something's got to give, soccer mom. Have you tried going on Book It Through? No. Wow, that's System 1-3-0 yesterday. There's somebody I need to help advertise something that does some system stuff if anybody's interested. So I'm going to be doing a live relatively soon to just go through that app or like some kind of video. And there's like a free referral code for a free trial so people can try it. I know everybody's been telling me to go on the Book It stream for months. I went up to the Trent kid in Red Rock. One time I passed him because we both live right near it, I think everybody tells me, but I live right next to Red Rock. It's right there. I went up to him and I shook his hand and I was like, yo, brother, what's up? And he was plastered out of his mind. So I was just like, yo, I appreciate what you're doing. Have a great night. So it just hasn't happened. If it's meant to happen, whatever's meant to happen in life happens. Okay. Why Orioles lean? It's just an insane price. Joe Ryan can't deserve this price. It's not physically possible. How can he deserve this price? It doesn't make any sense. Is Fangraphs back? Fangraphs is back. Hold on. All right. So Waka, in fairness to anybody who's looking at the Angels, Waka has some pretty crazy FIP XFIP splits here. And he's leaving 92% of people on base. Is it interesting? Very interesting. So Waka's due for some regression, which we're very early in the season. He's got a very low soft percentage. I could definitely see if you're on what kind of swinging strike, 9.2% swinging strike. He's still got a good zone contact rate. Some other peripherals are falling off. So Mark, in terms of Waka, there's some regression coming, but he's a veteran and it's against a lineup with a lot of moving pieces, all this. It's hard for me to believe that Joe Maddon's going to just get his lineup to completely outperform everything on such a consistent basis. If you don't like the Red Sox today, I can completely get that. I completely get this if you don't like this. Completely understand. Mets money line in which game? I like game 2 more at plus 110. I don't think they should be underdogs. I think that should be either a pick 'em or something. I'm probably going to end up with something here. I'll probably end up, if that's plus 110, I'll probably end up with something there. Okay, we're just going to have to start going from the bottom, guys. I just missed so much shit. John Morant overs. All I see is that when I scroll by, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Joe 444, Mets or Braves game 1. I don't know, man. I'm really sorry. I think there's a little bit of value on Morton, but he's been so bad. I haven't gotten to see him pitch, I don't think. I haven't gotten to see how bad is. Nah, dude, nobody will ever be kicked out of any chat or anything. We're all inclusive here. But if you could not spam, that would be sick. But we're here to help people. We all are. That's why if you're part of our community, you're here to help people too. So I can't kick anybody out. I love everybody equally. Well, that's a lie, but I love everybody. Damn, Marlins line jumped heavy. Probably. I hit it pretty fucking hard. And I gave it out to a couple of my friends that somebody texted me this morning that is like a big hitter. And I was like, I really like the Marlins today, like in passing, because he's helped me with something else. So I think he probably hit it. A lot of people are probably hitting it because it should be pretty wide, man. That should be that's a minus 200. You want to talk about minus 200s? That should be, you want to talk about this crazy fucking Reds line. Replace that with that, and we're in a much better situation. You should go Brewers minus 170 and go fucking D-backs plus 205, and we're much more towards where I think the market should be. It's just bold but sharp to take the Reds. It's just prices. You're playing prices. That's all you're doing when you're ever investing in anything ever. I mean, unless you have inside information or you have like a really good theory to go off of, like a lot of people think like UFC is like WWE, like the same thing. That's what a lot of people think. If you're going off of that theory or something, if you have something otherwise, but you're playing prices otherwise, if you're investing, you're playing the investing game, you're playing prices. Reds fade season, they cannot lose. If you just continue to fade the Reds at an unbelievable clip, they cannot lose at this rate. Nobody can lose at this rate in baseball. It's never been done before. Let me see the NBA picks behind you. I think it's Bucks money line or it's Grizz. I would take the points with the Grizz because the Warriors, obviously, like last time, are capable of anything, even without Draymond, get it done, even with Clay missing free throws at the end. Ja just can't put the ball in the bucket at the end. Whatever. I think Tatum's too soft to take the Celtics today, personally. And I think we're going to see an all-time. I'm going to watch the Warriors-Grizz game just to watch what kind of shit the refs pull. It's going to be an all-timer. Either that or the Warriors are going to kick their face in. It's one of the two. Because Ja is playing so unsustainably bad. He's playing his team out of it because a lot of other people like Tyus Jones are playing well for the Grizzlies. Ja is playing his team out. People that think Ja's playing good basketball right now you have to like, I don't know, figure out what good basketball is because he's playing terrible basketball. Like I know in my heart that is shitty basketball and I watch it. I'm like, Ja, what are you doing? Every play I'm like, what are you doing? It's no, you should not parlay all the picks. I have to come out and say that. I need to get like a no parlay sign. I can't talk about parlays in here. What are your favorite picks out of those? The Marlins. I think the Marlins have the biggest edge. I think the Marlins comfortably win this game 8 out of 10 times in my head. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Giannis dropping 30 plus. I can see that. I like that. I think Giannis is going to kick some people in the face. White Sox money line, they rake lefties. That's what's keeping me off of the Cubs personally. The White Sox might be turning this ship around, but I don't want to bet on them to turn this ship around at a minus 130 clip on the road against a lefty who is savvy. There's a lot of long swings on this White Sox team. Smiley's been around the block. I want to hold off personally. NBA, Bucks money line or Grizz for me. Tigers or Pirates. I don't know. I don't have a good feel on that game, man. Really, really tough for me. Don't have a good feel on that game. Marlins, Eric Rodriguez. The Marlins. I love the Marlins. I got to get a jersey, actually. That's one of the big things on my to-do list is to get a Jazz Chisholm jersey. I think Jazz Chisholm's a shit. I can't believe he was hitting in the 9 to start the year. It fucking made me want to throw up. Just like watching Luis Arias hitting the 9 hole on the Twins. I'm like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. This is so dumb. It's such backwards ass managing, putting freaking Luis Arias in the 9 hole. He's like a fucking 400 on base. Do you know how many people in baseball are hitting 400 on base? Over the last however many seasons, there were like 9 last year that hit 400 on base. Luis Arias is actually one of the few guys in baseball capable of having a 400 on base, and he's in the fucking 9 hole. Rocco Baldelli should be in one of those things, you know, in the olden days where you had to sit through the thing and people get to throw tomatoes at you or whatever. That's what we should have Rocco Baldelli in for that move. I truly believe that. That is just like not having Castellanos in the 2 hole. Joe Girardi should be sitting in there just like, Nick Castellanos is in the 2 hole in 99.9% of lineups. Get out of my house. Unless it's an all-star game. What lineup is Castellanos not hitting in the 2 hole in? Get out. That's what I would say. Get out. Like, eyes off me. Off me. Why you got Reds? Woodruff is on the mound. Because Tyler Mahl's on the other side. What's up, Elvis? How are you, my brother? I don't like the Angels personally. The Rockies, I would lean that way, but I think there's going to be a lot of runs. Not sure on the name yet in that game. A lot of runs in the Rockies game. I think Marquez is going to get hit. That's the thing I'm most confident in the game is that Marquez is going to get hit more than he's projected to get hit. So it's tough. I like the over in that though. Bucks +5 and the over is a lock. I don't know about a lock considering how hard the NBA is going to try and get the Celtics to win. They're going because what is every game going to be? Every series this round is going to be a 4-game series, and the NBA is just going to lose tons of money. The NBA is like the most rigged league there is. So, like you saw, they just threw Draymond out of the game for no reason. They were just like, "Dude, you're not allowed to play today," and everybody was like, you can't throw him out of the game for that. And then they just did it. And then at the end of the game, they're like, jump ball. It's like everybody's like, it's not a jump ball. It just doesn't matter. I mean, they're just going to do it in that league. So I think they're going to try their heart, like, because the Suns are going to kick the shit out of the Mavs, just like we thought. There's just not enough defense for the Mavs. When one guy on your team can play defense, and Dorian Finney-Smith, the rest, it just becomes obsolete in freaking NBA playoff basketball. That perimeter defense for the guards is unsustainable in the playoffs. That's just bare minimum what it is, or bare minimum, whatever. It's just a story of what it is for the Mavs. The Suns are going to kick the shit out of them. What are the Sixers going to do really in that matchup too? It's just such better defense on the Heat side. There's just the games we saw yesterday, we said lean both of the favorites because with the points, because it's just like, what are you going to do? There's just the defensive levels of disparity in this. They're so big. And then I think there's just a toughness level of disparity in this Bucks game. That's the biggest thing. At least the Warriors are playing shitty basketball to match, like to at least try and give the Grizz a chance. I have a hard time taking the Celtics, especially at the pricing today, because they're so soft. Jason Tatum's so mentally soft. Marcus Smart isn't, so I shouldn't say they're so soft as a whole, but their star player is softy, and he's got Giannis in his face. Brewers -1.5. I guess more than Brewers. I just don't like anything related to the Brewers today. A lot of people just buying it on the Angels. There's got to be value coming opposite the Angels because everybody's talking about them these days. All I hear is about the Angels. Ja Morant overs lead you to a hole in the ground. Can you let me know the site to check for my system? I appreciate it, buddy. Oh, the site. So Alloy Sports is what I've been using, is one that I'm going to show you with I'll do like a demo later this week or something. But there's a bunch. There's like Sports Insights. There's a couple other ones, but we're going to get a free referral code for like a month at least with Alloy Sports that I'll give out. I've had it. I've done a really bad job because I told those guys to help them out. No, you're helping. You are helping Mason Hall. I'm sorry. I just can't do Ja Morant right now. He's so bad. Sorry, brother. If other people like Ja Morant overs, definitely do it. You do any college baseball? No, not right now. I have too much going on. I really want to put a lot of time in UFC. Desmond Bane is also going to play better. Desmond Bane should probably shoot better. I agree with you there. But I just don't think they don't get a chance to do enough. There's so much better scoring than Ja just running around like a crazy person with his head cut off and just like nope, I'm going to the rim no matter what. I don't care if there's 4 people there and the ball doesn't even get like this far up before it gets swatted in my face, and I just go, I just stare straight ahead like when he missed the shot at the end of last game, just like. I mean, dude, Tyus Jones, Desmond Bane, JJJ, there's way better offense on the team that he's not getting involved. You're the point guard, man. Come on. I'm sorry, but the basketball in me gets upset at that. It's like, well, dude, own your team. You want to be the guy on the team? You want to be the leader? Be the leader, bro. Do what's best for your team instead of trying to play superstar show. It's ridiculous because I know you know how to win because I watched you at freaking Murray State. You didn't always play superhero ball there. You got Tevin Brown involved so much, all this other stuff. I don't know. He's just letting the hype get to him or something. If you like the Marlins so much, why not run line? I don't know. Maybe take the run line. Somebody else said something about that BVG sports cards. I just don't play many run lines. So maybe I honestly need to do like more in-depth analysis on run lines and like the profitability of taking like -1.5s, +1.5s, whatever. And like taking like if you get a dog at -1.5, I imagine there's like more value than any other spots. But like if you take alternate lines, I can see a lot of value. But yeah, I don't know. Marlins -1.5 +112. I don't hate that. more than 50% of the time, they're like, at least kind of kicking the shit out of the D-backs. Like that scenario is involved. Yeah, I can see that. Sure. Marlins -1.5. Why no hockey? I never played hockey, man. I don't really know anything about hockey. I watched Martin Brodeur growing up, and I like watching playoff hockey and going to Knights games. Outside of that, I just don't know enough. I played baseball starting out and I started watching the Yankees when I was like 5. I started watching Duke basketball when I was 5. I've been glued to it ever since, and I didn't play basketball, but I played baseball. So baseball should be my best sport. Really been keying into USFL recently. Can't wait till you get around to it. Dude, Peterson. We got Love It to Trish's big USFL too. He gave me a bunch of notes and stuff that we're going to go over later this week. I went over like a third of them last night. I'm going to continue to go over them today. We're going to talk USFL. We are going to talk USFL. I like that, like Canadian football and shit, because I follow so much college sports. It's all like the same guys besides for the people that go to like Canadian schools and shit. So like if it's all just like, NFL, all like one tier below NFL players that less people know about, it just seems like there's a big edge there. I'm excited as well. Lover to Trish gave us some awesome notes that I'm going to continue to go over, and I'll do like some kind of presentation, something. But I think there's games this weekend or whatever, and we will talk. Oh, we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking a little USFL. Cards Royals, I don't know. I can't go opposite Keller with how volatile Dakota Hudson can be. Personally, big MF Bang. But like, does Mike Matheny get revenge on his former team that handed him a free championship? No, not really. Do you take no run innings? I don't really personally, but I've been giving out some good nerfies. The ones I've given out like basically one a day, and I hit the last 2. I've been doing okay on the little nerfies. Do you bet K props? No, not really. But I just ran through who I thought would be decent. If I had to bet some K props today, I think I would take maybe Jamison Talon. I think I would maybe take Trevor Rogers. I think I would maybe take who else? Kopech, I said, if it's low enough, because he can't pitch too long into the game. Those are the ones I think I like the most. Blackburn, I think you could take too. Although the Rays are just going to get out in whatever form or fashion. It seems like you never bet the Pirates, but never want to bet against. I don't know. I took the Pirates the other day. I think the Pirates are an interesting one because I like a lot of their young talent, but it's so young. And the bullpen's better than people think. So I think there is some value on the Pirates. I'll take it into account. I'll think about it when I'm going through the slate. Thank you. Okay. Bucks repeat? No. The West is winning. I'm a Celtics fan. I genuinely believe they have a much better game today. I don't know if it matters. I don't know. I just think the Bucks are going to win. Giannis is such a winner. You can tell why he's so dedicated to the game. Yeah, I agree. I think he puts the work in. I think he's made the sacrifices. Like you see the videos of him like mopping floors and shit as a kid out next to games and like being so locked in and stuff. It's like the guy's made all the sacrifices, put the work in. Why wouldn't it? I mean, I don't think he can just will them to a championship this year, like in the COVID year where Chris Paul was like, I don't really like winning things because I'm Chris Paul. But I truly believe that Bucks team, somebody said the other day, besides the Lakers COVID year, those are the 2 worst championship teams that have ever played basketball. I mean, the brand of basketball is getting less, but those 2 could never beat any other champions or even come within like 10 points of any other NBA champion that's ever other one. Bucks money line is such a lock. Crazy word, but I do like Bucks money line over any other bet in that game. Love O's money line today. I think there's a lot of value on it. I agree. Giants getting clapped. They definitely could get clapped today. I could see that. I think they're going to have a hard time scoring runs, at least in the first half of the game, but then they give up the bullpen edge in the second half of the game. So where do you have a monster edge in the game? Really nowhere if you're on the Giants, and you begin to understand why the price hasn't come down too much on the Giants, even though everybody, when they glance at this game first take, is like Carlos Rodon plus 130. What am I missing? Sorry, I don't do any NHL, but some guy I really like is all over the Blues for the series and stuff. And I think today, like my Angels plus 500 and Twins plus 450 to win their division futures. Carson, I don't hate them. The Twins one I like more. I think the Mariners will come around and take that. Reds gave have to win soon. Yeah, they can't sustain this pace of losing. Like, they would end up with no win. Like, you think we're going to see the Reds at the end of the year with like 25 wins? Like, the Reds won 25 games out of 162 this year. You can't. The worst anybody's ever done is like 50 something, right? So like, their pace is so unsustainably low for anybody giving the Reds are terrible like viewpoint. You know what I mean? Like, if you're saying like Woodruff, how he matches up against this Reds lineup that's been a little hit or missy, much worse than people projected, then okay. But we can't just be like the Reds are going to continue to lose and win 20 games this year. I mean, it's like, it would be like, that's just such an insane fucking thing to have. Like, it can't happen. You know what I mean? Bucks are a very good 3-point shooting team. It's so underrated. Yeah, they have. I mean, a lot of those Grayson Allen type pieces and stuff can come up really big. They also have an awesome point guard. The biggest thing about the Bucks is that nobody gives Jrue Holiday respect. That's why the Bucks are criminally underrated all the time. Nobody respects Jrue Holiday, where it's just so lost on me. I'm like, he made the Pelicans super fucking relevant for however long he was there and looked awesome. Like, there was that year with him and the two big guys where people are like, holy shit, this team can, like, this is pretty unstoppable. And then Cousins got hurt. But like, if you looked at that team with Davis, Cousins, and Jrue, it was like, holy shit, this team's awesome. And they still were punchy with just Davis and Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday is criminally underrated. When he's playing well, he's he's good on defense, mid-range game, hitting three. He's getting people involved. Very, very high-level point guard, in my opinion. One of the few true point guards left in basketball, which is why they're having success. If you notice, all of the teams left are like teams with true point guards still on their team. You know, like it's no coincidence that Chris Paul is there, even though he's a weenie. No coincidence that Tyus Jones was instrumental in getting the Grizzlies by the Timbs. Like, these aren't it's point guards are lost. Jalen Brunson, what's he doing here? How'd they just beat the Jazz? They have a real point guard that's like not 70 years old like Mike Conley. The point guard is lost in today's basketball. Nobody wants to be the unselfish point guard anymore. Where's the Gary Paytons? Where's the John Stocktons? These people are lost on us. Lost. Wait till the Raptors turn Scotty Barnes, because he's so unselfish and he's such an awesome kid. Wait till Scotty Barnes becomes like the new age point guard of the future and just starts fucking killing people. I'm going to have a Toronto Raptors to win the championship future next year, personally. It might be a year early. To make the finals. No. To make the championship, maybe. To make the Eastern Conference championships. Why Sox lean? I just think the price is wrong. I don't think that Noah Syndergaard should be minus 120 on the road over Waka, who's due for regression. So if you want the Angels, a big part of your handicap today is Waka regression, because Waka's due for some regression. I mean, people are hitting him. No balls are dropping. And, I mean, he's got some serious FIP regression coming. What are we talking about? I wish I was in on the jokes, but I lead too much. As a Reds fan, I've been saying that for the last, are those your favorite picks behind you? Yeah, that's what I have. The leans obviously aren't, but that's what I'm playing today. Thoughts on Warriors and Grizzlies? I think the Warriors aren't playing good enough basketball to ensure that the refs don't get what they want. And I think, like I said, lean Grizzlies last game they covered. I lean Grizzlies again, because I think the refs are just going to try and find a way. Like, they need this series to be close. They need it. Like the New Age, the Warriors, and their young blood. This is like their showcase series, and the other ones aren't going to be close. They need it. Like, they need air. They need that game to be close. Rockies, Phillies, Dodgers. I can get behind the second two. I can get behind all three of them. Yeah, Sonny Carnes. I don't have anything bad to say about any of those. A little worried about Marquez. That would be my only note. I don't think there's any value on the Dodgers, but I think they win, and I love backing Ranger Suarez right now, so I'm certainly in on that. I'm from Memphis. I just know Ja is going to have a great game after missing that buzzer beater. I don't think he's capable of deciding whether he has a great game, Mason. That's my only issue with it. Like, he's not good. Like, he's not good enough. Like, he's not offensively talented enough. He doesn't have enough variety to his game. It's just driving suicidal to the hoop, which you could kind of figure out X times out of 10. So it's just tough for me. I just don't know what he does to be like, oh, I'm just going to have a great game. Like, he doesn't have the shooting to be able to say that. And he doesn't have the passing really right now either. It's like it's not cohesive enough since he came back. The thing just doesn't look right. So I'm just like, it's where can he have that incremental impact is hard for me, Mason Hall. That's where I'm having issues, brother. Bucks are a very good three-point shooting team. How about Al Horford over 10.5? Did the Tobias Harris over 7.5 rebounds hit yesterday? Curiously. No, he had 6. Brutal. 27 points, though. Could have done one of those PRA things and he probably would have hit. Padres, Phillies, Marlins, Golden State parlay. Whoa, my brain just popped. I don't dislike any of those sides, except I think you're just fighting such an uphill battle with Golden State. Yeah, I'm pumped for USFL. Very pumped for USFL. I'm leaning on the under. For which game? Not the Grizz game, the Bucks game. John Morant over 44.5 points, rebounds, assists. I'm okay, man. I don't want to be a part of that. They have to at one point, Josh, to take a step back, look in the mirror, and be like, dude, I'm out of my mind. Like I have to help out here. Like we're running off a cliff, you know? Like I'm running us literally off of a cliff. Who do you have winning the World Series? I have no idea. It's way too early. My preseason pick was possibly the White Sox because of the Dominican connection. I need some kind of chemistry layer on there to pick the World Series winner because that's what it ultimately ends up coming down to. The winner every year, they all love each other and they're all brothers and they all have some unified purpose kind of thing or have been building towards it, something, right? There's some narrative always to every champion every year. I just don't have it yet. I don't know. Once I place my finger on it, like we got the Braves with like a month to go in the season last year. We were like, start buying fucking Brave stock over and over and over. And especially, and then once they beat the Brewers, which was their only other team, we were like, it's just every day buy Brave stock. It was like you got up in the morning and my post was buy Brave stock. Once we get it, we'll get it. I just don't have it. I will let you guys know as soon as I have it. We will all start investing together. Yes? You don't think the Lakers championship team could compete with others? No. I think that they would have lost. That Lakers team that won would have lost 10 times out of 10 to the Nuggets if they don't get help from the refs. LeBron James was bullying people over in that series, just like it didn't even look like real basketball. And they were like, blocking foul. Like it was just, that was a ridiculous series if you go back and watch those games. Paul Millsap was kicked out of every single game. They just called 2 ticky-tack, like just elbow to the back, whatever fouls on him 2 minutes into each game because he was a bad matchup for Anthony Davis. That's how you beat Anthony Davis. You rough him up, a little smaller, get in his chest. Nope. Paul, you're not allowed to play. They're going to do like Draymond. Not allowed to play. How do I look at my system? Jared M. We'll talk about that soon because I'm going to do a demo thing. Cardinals will win the NL Central. I don't believe that, but my podcast co-partner does. Dude, I just hit an hour and 15 minutes. We're on the back end here because my brain just popped. Grizzlies or Warriors? Personally, Grizz for me just because of the I don't think the Warriors are playing particularly good basketball. They have the guard play to beat everybody in the tournament remaining. They're going to be NBA champions, but I think the refs are going to try really hard tonight. Really, really, really hard to make sure that the Grizz win this game. They need the Grizz to win this game like they need air. Drew, Relevant, Nola. We won one playoff series in his time there. Yeah, I mean, he was still awesome. That doesn't change how awesome he was. He was still awesome. Drew Holiday was awesome in NOLA. Awesome. Warriors might sweep Grizzlies. I think if you just let them play without refs, yeah, for sure. Or competent ref play, yeah. But I just don't think. Have you ever watched the Sun game? Bro, can you stop losing me coin? How have I been losing you coin? Nick Plouffe. Explain your unit bets on your. If I'm losing you a coin, I'm just here to help, bro. So if I'm losing you a coin, I apologize, and I wish you adieu on your journey through this space. Explain your unit bets on your faves, please. It's just unit. I mean, mine is to risk. I don't do to win or whatever. It's to risk. So like I risk 2 units on this. I risk a unit on that. I risk a unit on that. Risk a unit. Risk a half a unit. So I don't, if it's a favorited dog, what the price is has no correlation, 0 correlation. Price, 0 correlation to bet amount. Edge is correlated to bet amount. So how much of an edge do you think you have? But your price should never have anything in the world to do with how much you bet. Braves first game money line. I think I'd rather be on that side, but I don't know. I don't know enough. I am a CP3 hater. He was one of my childhood heroes, watching him play for Wake Forest alongside Al-Farouq Aminu, and now I think he's like the biggest troll ever and is an embarrassment. And I think he's a terrible role model for kids like LeBron is. Braves trash, and I live in Atlanta. They just hate each other. Jake from State Farm. They just hate each other. Nick, if you need to talk, brother, I know you're sad or something. If you need to talk, my DMs are always open. I'll talk to you, man. It's all right. Your day will get better. Dodgers winning the World Series. I think what's his face will get in the way of that. Dave Roberts will get in the way of that. White Sox injuries is killing us. So is your defense, man. The defense is really bad. It's really bad. I don't know why it's so bad. And the back end of your bullpen's been pretty bad too. Symbols next to the pick are unit sizing. Okay, Max Spears. What's your favorite game of the day? I've also been here for an hour and a half. What's your favorite game of the day? The Marlins. Lefty versus the Arizona lineup, I think, is already a huge problem with how bad the Arizona lineup is. And I think the Marlins are like a top 10 team. And Humberto Castellanos, like the changeup, whatever he's going to bring. Without the Marlins lineups trending, we win this game a very, very high percentage of the time. Massive bullpen edge as well. No coaching edge anywhere. There's just nothing. There's nothing in even close to Arizona's favor in this game. I get they've been playing a little bit better lately. Not enough to tip me. What do you say about the White Sox? I think that, top whatever, they're always going to be a top 3 team in baseball versus lefties. That's the only thing they've been doing right this season, because they've been doing a lot of other freaking things wrong, although the starting pitching's been okay. I think I'd want Smiley. I think Smiley against some of the longer bats, using his experience, especially White Sox aren't hitting that well. I can definitely see Smiley having more success than he normally would, but I think Kopech is going to have success. So I find myself in a hard place where I wanted to be on the Cubs, but now I find myself being like, should I just take the White Sox? Can you explain the sushi and other magnets? It's just a sushi is 1 unit, pancake is 2, half a unit. But that's just confidence. It's entirely on confidence. Go Sox. All right. So, oh my God, there's more. This is, I don't like either team in Mets game 1. Yeah, I don't think so. Both give up runs, huh? I mean, Charlie, it's fucking hard to say, man. I want to back the guy up, but this is pretty bad, so I can't say anything. I mean, it's pretty bad, so I agree. Joel Naus, I mean, I tend to agree with you. What is the over? How low is it? Is it 7? It's not 7. That's not real. I would maybe take a little bit of that too. Cardinals winning the World Series. No way. Trevor. Oh, it's you, Trevor. You're crazy. How was UFC? Oh, I'm going. I'm supposed to go this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to be able to now. I just put my tickets up on SeatGeek. I had something come up, which sucks. But UFC went good last week. The only name I brought up was Brito, and he got like a 3-second knockout. So, of course, we didn't bet. I was like, can't wreck him. I can't wreck Brito. I don't think he's that good, but I think Andre Fili looked like walking death. And what happened? So, we'll be fine. This week, there's a lot of opportunities on UFC, I think Justin Gaethje's going to say. I thought originally, I was like, how does Charles Oliveira not win this? And now I've 180, and I don't see how Charles Oliveira wins it. And the UFC, like everything on their media, we were talking about last week, Marlon Vera was everywhere leading up to it, Joe Rogan everywhere. Dude, the first embedded, Charles Oliveira is not even it. The fucking champion isn't, the champion main card headliner isn't in the first embedded. They're just like, don't think about him. There's a new champion coming. Like, this is, I don't know, it's not like a scripted fight, but I'm pretty sure Justin Gaethje wins this fight, like very high percentage of the time. I'm going to have a large bet on Justin Gaethje, I'm pretty sure. Phillies Rangers over 4.5 first 5 innings. What do I think? Well, John Gray versus Suarez. I don't clue it to begin with. No. Ralph Robertson, I'd rather be on the under. I think Suarez is going to pitch really well versus this lineup. I don't think either guy's going to pitch well. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's like a 4-1 win for the Phillies or something like that. I could definitely see that. Oh, my bad. Fucking Dustin, you still here? The step-by-step on how you get my job, you have to lose your mind first and quit your old job that was part of society. So losing your mind is a big part of it. All right. Anybody, I had an hour 20. My brain cooked. We had a good chat today. Anybody last ones, or we'll chat tomorrow. I think I'm going to try and do this 10 a.m. live stream spot because I've been waking up at 4 a.m. now. I'm trying the 4 a.m. club. And by 10, man, you're pretty deep into your day. I can do 10 o'clock pretty easily now. It's not that hard for me anymore. Sorry, brother. Sorry, Dustin. I'm all over the place. My brain's shutting down. An hour and a half, I think, is about my limit. I'm realizing. Whenever I go over an hour and a half, I just start to, it's just all shutting down. I got people in here being like, your previews suck once I get to an hour. So I think I'm a lot of things, but I don't think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a lot of things you can say about me, but doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't think is one of them. All right, boys. I'm going to roll out with the top back. Anybody on anybody last things? Good glance at the board. I'll throw I already threw it up actually on Instagram and Twitter. So should be good. Just hope everybody has a freaking wonderful day. Any lasties? Spyro. Have a good one, my brother. Have a good one. All right, boys. We'll talk soon.